Craft Club, Craft Club. We're all gonna craft at Kevin's Craft Club. You will craft and I will craft and we'll all craft because it's Craft Club. Yes, we'll all craft because it's Craft Club. Good morning. Good morning from my apartment. I am filming this first thing in the day. First thing. I'm like out of bed, I ate a banana, and then I turned on the camera, and here we are. Here we are. You know why? Because I usually go to the gym and shower, and that by that time, I'm so tired already. And when I woke up this morning, I barely got any sleep last night. So I was already tired. I'm congested, as you can tell. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but I'm usually congested, but I'm more congested in the mornings than any other time. I think something about the snot just like ends up there. And so I was like, later, now, might as well film a craft club. Might as well film a craft club. Oh, I lost my hook. What are y'all making? I am making a granny square sweater with this lollipop Karen yarn. Not a plug. They're not giving me any money, but I really like it. And I was like, I already made a hexagon sweater that I think I'm gonna do a big reveal on. If you're watching this on Saturday, then it's tomorrow. I think on Sunday I'm gonna do like a big reveal. But I still like this lollipop Karen cinnamon swirl. So I was like, why don't I just make another granny square sweater? And so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. I, of course, have no patterns in front of me and I just wing it. And is that a smart thing to do? Some would say no. Most that see my designs would say no. Most that see the tragedies that are my crochet designs would say no. But here we are. How was your week? What are y'all making? I actually did not sleep last night because I had the weirdest interaction and I've been like, I want to talk about this, but how do I talk about it? Because, with shorts and stuff and TikToks, etc., it's too short. So now I'm like, you know what? You have your 15-minute craft club. Let's talk about it. It's a 2-minute elevator interaction of just chaos and idiocy. But I'm going to say probably take up the whole 15 minutes talking about it. This is the t-shirt, by the way, that I am now selling on my website, kevinyee.com. And I just got a sample of it. I didn't have a sample before, and I was worried because I was like, I hope it's not crappy. This is a pretty good quality t-shirt. And I'm not just saying that because I want people to buy it. I was like, oh, this is actually this is not a cheap Hanes. I'm not saying Hanes is cheap because but the cotton shirt, this actually has some stretch to it. I was like, okay. I don't know if there's a different type of t-shirt that they sent me. If I think I saw premium t-shirts or something. Anyway, first week of selling, I think we sold the t-shirt company and I sold about 100 items, which I thought was pretty good. I don't know. Tell me if that's good. I've never done this before in my life. Anyway, I had this weird elevator interaction in this building that I live in. And as I've told you before, my neighbors are crazy, but I'm crazy, so whatever. But I feel like people are really confrontational nowadays, which is a special kind of hell. So I live on a lower floor. And this is a very high building. It goes up to in the 20s. So I get on the elevator and there's somebody in there already. We're cordial. I think I said hi even though they didn't say hi to me, but they smiled and nodded. That's fine, right? Most people in this building won't even say hi to you. And if you say hi to them, it's going to be it's not going to be an awkward trip together. So we get in and then we're in the parking level. We get up to 1. And the elevator stops and a bunch of people get on, a crowd of people. And including two like bros that get on just loud and obnoxious and they block the door. But I'm not even like, here's the thing. Obnoxious is like, okay, I'm not saying any of this is good, but this woman gets on and oh, that was disgusting. Just like dripping from my nose. Sorry. I don't know how to fix my nose. I'm very I'm not self-conscious, but because there was that comment about my upper lip not moving when I talk, and now I'm like, what else are people watching and annoyed at? Not that it really matters, but anyway, this woman gets on, and it is crowded. She looks at me, and she says, can you move? And I'm at the back corner of the elevator. She's like pointing to the back corner of the elevator. So she asks me to move instead of just going to the place so she can stand where I'm standing. She wants to stand where I'm standing. Instead of just going to the empty spot that she makes me move to, she wants to stand in the corner. And I'm like, okay, but that's really entitled. Like, you want what someone else, like somebody is standing here. You can't have what somebody else has. And this is the type of thing that's like an entitlement that is so like casual, and it's a type of entitlement that like I don't even think that a person like that realizes that they have that entitlement, because they just believe they deserve what someone else has. And I feel, like I've said in my other videos, that my face is just one where people think I'm like a friendly pushover, and they just think I'm the person that they could do that to. Because would they do that to somebody, you know, who wasn't me? Like a really, you know, buff guy, or like, you know, a rich looking woman? I don't think she would. Why does she have to stand exactly where I was standing? And that's not even everything that happened, because the two loud bros that came on like blocked the whole front of the elevator, and it was a crowded elevator. So this older Asian couple couldn't push the elevator buttons because they had let them on. They were trying to be courteous and let everyone on before they pushed the buttons. But then the two guys like obnoxiously like blocked the door and blocked the buttons, and they had to be like, excuse me, can you let me, you know, very polite. Everyone's polite, right? And you know, the two bros were like annoyed by that. But then it gets to my floor, and the bros won't move. Like the door opens, the bros don't move. They're blocking the door. Someone is clearly getting off on this stop because, you know, the elevator has stopped. And so I go up and I'm like, excuse me. And the guy like moves over and lets me off. And then as I get off, he's like, excuse you. And then I'm like, yup. Like, you think I don't respond to that? I match people's energy. Anyways, that was it. It didn't escalate from there. Escalate. It did not escalate. But I don't know. I was just thinking about like in 2 minutes, I was so annoyed by so many things. First of all, the lady not saying hi to me when I said hi to her, although she was cordial, she smiled, but that is indicative of this building. No one says hi to each other. I swear somebody started that, and then everyone just has realized, I don't have to say hi either. So no one says hi. Then the lady who was like, can I have what you have? I think you should stand somewhere else, and I'm gonna stand where you're standing. Like, the quiet entitlement is crazy. And then the bros. But the bros, like, loud, brash jerks are just simply loud, brash jerks. Quiet entitlement is still just as bad. Like that woman being like, can I have what you have? I want to stand where you're standing and make you move to the empty spot because I don't want that empty spot. I think I'm entitled because of whatever, the way I was raised or the way you look, to have what you have. I want what you have. And that is what honestly kept me up all night, because this is something that I'm working on. This is part of my anxiety and depression, is that I feel like I've been a pushover my entire life and allowed people like that to walk all over me and to actually just take what I had or take what I have. And it's done nothing good for me. It's done nothing good for me. So how do you stand up for yourself? And in that moment, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if you should stand up for yourself, because what is confrontation, right? Like those two bros, if I had escalated it. See, a lot of things happening in this. Wait, elevated. I wasn't on an escalator. I was on an elevator. Does it still work because we're still escalating up? This is the best because it's early morning and nothing makes sense in my head. Like, it makes sense in my head because it's like a dream, like, makes sense, but it probably doesn't make sense at all. I'm gonna watch this video back and I'm like, what were you talking about? I was like, could you imagine this was all a dream? Like, I was like, wait, no, this didn't happen. I dreamed this last night. No, that didn't happen. Because I made a video about it, a short video, and then I was like, you can't fit all that in a short video. I'm still thinking about the woman though. What do you think about that? I mean, the thing is, like, you can't really defend yourself in those moments, and those are the moments where you're supposed to walk away. Just walk away, right? Because no one wins if you, like, you know, fight back. No one wins. No one wins, right? But also, when you've been a pushover your entire life and you don't stand up for yourself, right? How can you even stand up for yourself in that moment? If a woman goes to you like, can you move so I can stand where you're standing? And you just go, no. Then you run the risk of her being like, but you're so rude. Because that's that's the odd. I'm role playing here. I think that's that is so rude. You could have just let me stand there. Honey, listen. And then you look like the idiot because you've had a crash out. Listen, I've watched those videos on TikTok. I know they go viral. I know crash outs go viral. And I think some of them are like legit, like, oh, I'm tangled here. Like, some of them are legit, like, they were, you know, in the wrong. They're racist. They're bigots. But some of them are just people trying to stand up for themselves. Don't you think? Some of them. It's like how it's all how it's who gets the video out first and what perspective we see. So the thing about this building, though, is when I've had confrontations like that, because there have been confrontations in this building in the past year that I've lived here, you kind of never see these people again. It's just such a big building that it's not like constant neighbors. But I do remember the way that people look. And then there's occasions where I have run into the person again, and I just never forget. I will hold a grudge with these people for the rest of my life. But this is the other thing, is like, these are the little moments that stick with me. Nobody else in that elevator is thinking about this moment. None of it, right? None of them. But it sticks with me like a little like weight. It's like a little weight that sticks on me where I go like, what did I do to deserve that? What did I do to invoke that kind of privilege, entitlement, taking up a space that's mine? And it's more symbolic, right? Like, it's not so much that moment, it's more that is symbolic of being a pushover and having like, you know, having to acquiesce or like having to be the weaker person so somebody else can be the more dominant person, right? Anyways, these are the t-shirts. Crow Slay all day. Pretty good quality, y'all. Not that expensive. $22 for a t-shirt. And that's not even on sale. That's like a $22 full price t-shirt. And I make a good percentage of that. So the money does come to me. Don't feel like you're just giving it to some random person. I don't know how to sell things like organically. So I'm just gonna be upfront. It's there if you want it. I hope you enjoyed another rant, another crazy episode of Craft Club, Craft Club. We're all gonna craft a Kevin's craft. Ow. You will craft and I will craft and we'll all craft because it's Craft Club. Watch me see all of these people in the elevator in the gym later today. I will tell you about it if it happens.